So the next questions that we have for R. Kelly are, I want to know, what does R. Kelly's attorney think about the case? And then I want to know, did the documentaries cause law enforcement agencies to move more swiftly after R. Kelly? R. Kelly's attorney feels like these women, he's like these women are whores. He's like, these women are whores. These women are sexual deviants. He's like, I know women. He's like, I know. He's like, I know women. I know how women operate. I know how they move. I believe Mr. Kelly, and he's like, these women are liars. He firmly believes that these women are trying to target R. Kelly, and he feels like they just want money. And his intuition is saying like, no, I feel like some of these girls, they just want money. They knew what was up, and he hasn't done any of these things. He's like, R. Kelly. He's like, some of these young girls. He's like some of these young girls just are around him just for the money, and they're trying to. He's like, if he had sex with them, he's like, and this is the thing. He's like, if he had sex with them, he's like, it's because. Hold on one second. He had to pay them off. He's like, that was a form of payment. Like, if he had the sex with them, he had to go ahead and have sex with them too. And this is weird. It's like the attorney feels like if R. Kelly's having sex with these girls, like on a personal level, he's like, if he had sex with these girls, he probably had to because these girls were accusing him of it and said, well, if you don't do it, I'm going to say that you did. If you don't pay me, I'm going to say that you did. So he feels like R. Kelly was in a catch-22. He was damned if he did and damned if he do. I mean, damned if he did, damned if he do. And he's also saying to himself, like, a lot of these women are just after money. He's like, that's it, just period, point blank. He's like, that's it. These women are not honest. He feels like things are pretty quiet around. He feels like things are going to be pretty quiet around R. Kelly's case. He feels like he can help him to win it as long as R. Kelly doesn't try to fire him, and he's already been paid as well, a very hefty sum, but he's scared, like, as he moves forward, because he's like, he's like, I'm not really sure if I can win this. He feels like he can win it, but he's not really sure because he feels like the law enforcement is up against him. And he feels like because of that, that's cutting off his strength. He's hoping that he can build a very solid relationship with the judge as the trial goes on, and he's hoping that he can. He's gonna try to. As things goes on, he just plans to try to. He's going to try to discredit the witnesses, yes, but he's also going to just try to discredit the investigation overall. And he also is going to try to figure out, like, how did this tape come about? When did it come about? Like, trying to get the tape thrown out altogether. A question is authenticity. And he's even going to probably try to say, like, it was role playing too. And he's going to try to say, like, R. Kelly's a very upstanding, very charming, charismatic man. A lot of women want to be around him, and women will want to prey on him because of his stature, especially because of the false accusation that he's always being bombarded with. The lawyer feels like he's standing by R. Kelly. Okay, whoever his current attorney at this time on February. What's today? February the. Hold on. Today is February the 26th. That's what he feels. Okay. So now I want to know, did the documentary cause law enforcement agencies to move more swiftly after R. Kelly? Well, it damn sure increased their commitment to it. It's like they became, it emboldened them. Let's put it that way. It emboldened them, and it was like the R. Kelly was on their radar, but it emboldened them, and it kind of embarrassed them that there was so much evidence out there, but they had done nothing about it, and it made them start striking deals with certain people. And I get that these deals were with some of the women and also some of the men that were a part of his camp, and also some of the people. I'm getting that some of the people that worked on the documentary have been contacted by federal authorities in some way. I get that I'm getting overall that the documentary was a swipe at law enforcement, and it made the Cook County Police Department feel like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? And it's also like, well, and these are young girls. Look at how many of them is happening to, and it struck a lot of sympathy. It struck a lot of sympathy within the detectives that were working this case. And they also felt like people weren't taking them as seriously, because they're like, there's a rumor about us that people can just go around and flaunt, they can just go around and flaunt their crimes in front of us. So the documentary had that effect on them, but there's a lot of things that influenced these charges to come about, but that documentary definitely was a major influence. Okay, now I want to know, with R. Kelly, one second, I got my questions written down. I want to know with R. Kelly, how will his court cases go, and will he be charged with new crimes in the future? Um, it looks like R. Kelly's gonna R. Kelly's team is gonna be stubborn about some things. It's like it looks like R. Kelly's team is gonna be stubborn about handing over evidence or a warrant to search the premises, or just being stubborn about complying to certain ethical just ethical things. And I'm saying it being like, there are going to be rumors that R. Kelly's intimidating witnesses. There are going to be people that end up disappearing. There are going to be people that and I hate to say this, it's going to be like, these are just things that are going to happen. There are going to be people that end up disappearing. There are going to be people that won't testify for some odd reason. And I'm also seeing that this sounds a little bit odd to me, but I feel like there's somebody that's going to say that they've been in a relationship with R. Kelly that comes to their defense about things and say that these things are untrue. As far as the case goes, it's like things are just going to continue like pushing forward, but this isn't going to be swift. I get that it's like these things are going to be episodic. Like this is the first episode of it's like, let's just think that we're watching How to Get Away with Murder. We're gonna figure out what happened on murder night on like the 9th episode. So it's a little difficult to say what's how things are gonna play out, but I do see an outcome, and I'll get to that in a second. The evidence against him is overwhelmingly not in his favor, and he's on the outs with a lot of the the police department there, because there are new people that are in charge. He can't pay. He just can't pay to have his case handled like Annalise Keating, or he can't pay to do the same things in the background, like outside of court, that helped him to win his cases in back in 2008. He can't do those same things, but he's going to try to use the little bit of money that he has to do it. And I see that that's going to be questioned in court. They're going to start questioning that type of stuff in court. And I'm also getting here that R. Kelly's going to be receiving money from somewhere that's going to help him. I think that he may try to release an album during this time, or maybe a song, but I think he's going to try to release an album. I want to say he's going to release an album this year. And I also get that somebody's going to give him a lot of money to help him through this. Or it may be money to like bail him out for some new charges that happen. I see the spirits are like it's too early to tell. It's like it's way too early to tell, and it's like it's too early into the legal process. And also R. Kelly is gathering. He's disillusioned right now, but he's trying to get his own plan together. And he feels like he has a plan to get himself out of this as well. Is his plan viable though? His plan as of right now is to try to do some spiritual work to change the direction of the case. He feels like there's victory there. He feels like he's like, I've done this, I can do it again. But he just doesn't. The thing is that he feels like he can't really attack his enemy, because he doesn't know who his enemy is. He's like, I need to see the tape, and I need to know what it is that what it is that they're looking at, so that I can figure out, how to handle this, or how he's gonna build up his argument for it. But it just looks like his plan is foul. It's like R. Kelly's gonna play foul. He's not gonna try to do anything with justice. So no, he's going to use some similar tactics to what happened in the past. As far as the police department goes, they're going to just tack on things. It's like if there is witness intimidation, they're going to charge. It's like, okay, you know what? Sugar Ray went and intimidated this witness. Go ahead and bring up those charges on Sugar Ray back from like when we caught them doing this in 2016. So it's like they're going to start zapping people in his camp as R. Kelly tries to play foul. So it's like once something rises to the surface, like a pimple, the police department is gonna pop it, and they just feel like they feel like they have too many resources at their disposal to not win now, and they're hoping to use the court of public opinion to be in their favor, to sway the jurors, but I'm also hearing something about I also remember not hearing, but I also read something about a grand jury or something. But I feel like because of the way that the court this is set up is structured for R. Kelly to fail. It's structured for they've structured for R. Kelly to fail at defending himself from these charges. Okay, so now I want to know with R. Kelly, will he be charged with new crimes in the future, and will other people be charged as the case further develops? Okay. From what it looks like, um, it's like for the next. It looks like for the next 2 months, R. Kelly's in the clear, for having new crimes against him. But I do see some things happening where a woman is going to try to get some fame from her story with R. Kelly. And this is what I mean. I feel like, you know how people go on Maury and then, you know, those little ratchet kids, they act real bad or whatever. Or they go on Dr. Phil and, you know, they try to be an internet sensation, like a 15 minutes of fame. No, I feel like this person's going to actually like try to they're going to have an extended 15 minutes of fame. And they've dealt with R. Kelly. I feel like there's going to be an interest in them from the public, and I get that this woman may be in her mid-20s, or early 30s, and I'm just seeing these things in the future. So it's not like I'm seeing him being charged with new crimes. I just see different seeds being planted that could cause him to get charged with new crimes. I just see new seeds being planted, and it's like I feel like this woman is going to be given a platform by other people, not because her story is more valid than other people, but because like people, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of thing. So it's like the media is going to, you know, the media outlets that are against R. Kelly would want to really work with her and try to promote her. Let me see. Could new charges happen in another state? It's like they could depending on what R. Kelly says. It's like they could depending on what he says. They need him. It's like they need more testimonies from him. He needs to be deposed, and it's like they need to try to like offer him a deal, but it's like as far as new crimes go, I can't see any for now, just for right now. That's not to say that they're not coming. It's just like I don't see new crimes right now. I just see a lot of shit brewing. I just see that his karma is so is so much magnetized towards career failure, global the global desecration of, you know, his reputation, the destruction of a music legacy. I see that all of that is literally imploding. Like the world he's building is imploding, and it's like this in itself is enough. And if there are new charges, it would come by way of someone saying that something happens to them in another state. It would have to say they have to say like, I'm from another state and this happened to me. And I get that woman that the media will be looking at would be from that other state. Okay, and then the final question is anyone going to be, is anyone else going to be charged in any of this? Yeah, there are going to be other people that are going to be charged with these crimes. It's like the police department is going to find some way to charge like a few other people to just send a message. They'll do it to send a message, but not exactly to destroy how organized this operation is, because that's how they see it. They see this as an operation, as though it has an entry structure, and people have to develop exit strategies, safe exit strategies to get out of it. The police department's like, yeah, they have on their mind other people, and it's like it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Other people are gonna get charged. R. Kelly's not going to have the money to help to defend them, because it's all going towards himself. I wouldn't be surprised if other entertainers. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying where other entertainers may be. Let me see. What is this trying to say? It's something dealing with other entertainers, and R. Kelly and law enforcement. I think maybe other entertainers are going to start trying to work with these girls. Like maybe, it's like, hey, this is my drummer, or, I donated to her or something as well. It's like these are things that are bringing more attention to the case. The authorities are like, by any means necessary. They're just like, look, if we have to charge other people to get to him, to send this message, that we are not to be played with. And that's the thing, is that this department has an ego. Like I get that this department has like an ego about themselves. They're like, wait, what? Y'all published a documentary about us and y'all said this was going in under our nose? No, we've been working on this. And it's like they hadn't been working on it as aggressively and as ambitiously as they should have. But they are saying that, y'all paying attention to us now. Okay, guess what? You know what? Boom, here are y'all's charges. This is what we got on him. And they went and they had to do some very swift work to acquire this tape. And I get that this tape may have been acquired within like the past 4 to 6 months. It's not that old. Thank you for tuning in to The Reading, produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance to learn how to work with your ancestors, or you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. Before I go, I leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. gave mercy to these hoes, what would Jesus do? I'm your reader, Nexo. And remember, the truth is always collaborative. Thanks for watching.
So fuel my fire, take